will affect this year's Black Friday. How's it going to be conducted with regards to safety protocols as well? What do you reckon? Do you prefer going to the malls or online? Send us your thoughts at the agenda_SABC. I understand that we have our reporter Pimani Baloyi, who's standing by to tell us more. Pimani, what are you witnessing there?
Good afternoon, Blaine. Of course, as you can see behind me, there's a lot of EFF supporters who are preparing to march. These people are marching to the farm ZZ2, tomato producers ZZ2. Well, they'll be handing over a memorandum of complaints and demands. And the reason for this march, the EFF tells us, which is the organizer of this march, is that tomato producer ZZ2, they accuse him of exploiting his workers, and as well as having some racist policies with regard to how he treats his workers. As you can see behind me, Blaine, we are outside the Mukezi informal settlement where some workers that farm workers work for ZZ2 stay at. We expect that the EFF will start this march in the next few minutes, where they will be marching to ZZ2's office about 600 meters from here, where they will be handing out this memorandum. What we gather from the EFF is that some of their complaints in this memorandum is the living conditions that these workers live in. Over the years, Blaine, I might add to our viewers, we've done several stories at this informal settlement where workers told us about the state of the area that they live in, where they say it's a poor living condition, including allegations that they don't have electricity, they don't have clean running water. But also, Blaine, as you might recall, during the hard lockdown, SABC News ran several stories around poor conditions alleged to be experienced by some ZZ2 workers who were staying at compounds provided by the farmer, where they alleged that during the lockdown they were not allowed to leave the facilities. They were forced to move into the hostels and not allowed to move out, even to go shopping or anything. They were only allowed to go in ZZ2 buses to buy their essentials and come back. So we expect the EFF to have formulated a proper memorandum that they will hand over to the company in the next few minutes, where the company will be given an opportunity to respond to some of these allegations.
So we do apologize to our viewers. We thought that we were on another story, but let's just talk more about this. Talk to us about, look, the employer, have they not responded yet to these issues? What sort of interactions, engagements has there been with regards to the employer and the workers?
Apologies, Blaine, for some of the people who keep moving in and out of our shot. What is actually happening is that there's been engagements where I remember a specific time, workers even tried to reaching out to the Human Rights Commission, trying to get people to assist them, saying, they live in poor living conditions. This is why the EFF came in. This is one of the first political parties where we see an intervention, somebody trying to speak to this tomato farmer, to speak to him about allegations that his employees are saying that they're exploited. And just to add in a bit there, Blaine, we do know that ZZ2 is one of the biggest tomato producers in South Africa, where his tomatoes are exported to as far as Europe and America and the rest of Africa. So workers at this company are saying, even though they are one of the hardest working in the farming industry in South Africa, they are exploited, they're not paid properly, they don't live in good working conditions. So we are now seeing the EFF trying to intervene and trying to speak to the employer to reach out to his conscience to see that he improves the living and working conditions for his workers.
I wonder, Pimani, if any of the workers are willing to talk to us with regards to some of their plights. Do you think we can have an engagement with some of the workers behind you?
At this point, Blaine, we are waiting for the EFF's provincial leadership to get here. We tried to speak to some of the workers to get some of them to speak to us on record, and they say they are under strict instructions that they should wait for the EFF provincial leadership to speak on their issues, because they've mandated them to speak about their issues. So at this point, we're waiting for the provincial leadership to get here. But as you can see, there's several buses around around here. People have been ferried from different areas in the province to come and support workers here. And what the EFF tells us is that this is not just about ZZ2 employees, it's also about working conditions at other farms, where they say they've also provided transport from workers, farm workers from other farms to be here and speak to so that they have their complaints heard today.
All right, Pimani Baloyi, live for us there. Thank you very much indeed. We'll check back with you a little later on. President Cyril Ramaphosa has established an